Man, this one was a wild card for me, Joe. This one was a wild card. Defensive player of the year, man. I went back and forth on this for a few days. I waited until probably 30 minutes before the show to make my pick because it was hard for me, given how I have the seeding falling. It was hard for me. But before I get to that, I'm going to kick it to you. Defensive player of the year, man. Who you got this year?
I mean, it's only right to give it to the number one defense in the NFL. Max Crosby.
Oh,
Max Crosby.
I'm definitely thinking you for this say Myles Garrett, bro. Definitely.
First of all, TJ Watt should have won last year, not Myles Garrett.
Fair.
I don't know why he got it. I don't know how he got it. But I'm going to give it to Max Crosby. Now, when I look at this, like I keep talking about the Raiders, this Raiders team, when Antonio Pierce took over, one of the adjustments he made that season when he took over is putting Malcolm Coombs on the other side of Max Crosby. The man has 0 sacks all year and finished in the last 9 games with 8 sacks under Antonio Pierce. Same time frame, Max Crosby had 9 sacks, and he finished the season I think with 14 sacks. So I think and then they went and got Christian Wilkins to be in the middle between them. That's gonna be dangerous right there. So my prediction of them being the number one defense and the number one defensive player coming out of that, I'm not gonna say Max Crosby is gonna lead the NFL in sacks. He will be up there like a top 4, top 3 candidate. I don't think he will lead it though. I still always think TJ Watt is going to do that. Like TJ Watt is crazy. As long as he's healthy, he's going to lead the league in sacks. So, but this number one defense is going to carry over, and then he's going to be that best player on that team. And everybody loves Max Crosby, man. Come on now, Max Crosby is a showman, man. Everybody love that dude. So I think that he's going to win this award finally. And a lot of people think that he should have been one.
Max Crosby makes sense if you're picking him to be the number one defense in the league. That makes a ton of sense. Wild card pick, y'all. Wild card pick. I know y'all gonna scoff. I know y'all gonna be like, "What, bro?" Like, well, I know one person. I know one person in the comment gonna be like, "Okay, I like the sound of that." But this was tough for me. I have a certain player. You're not gonna guess it. I'm telling you, you're not gonna guess it. I have a certain player taking elite defensively this year.
Oh, elite.
Freakish athlete.
Ooh.
I've been a fan of his for a minute. And I don't speak on that often because I'm not a fan of the team like that. I like him as a player. Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, you threw me off.
Hutchinson. Okay. It's a wild card.
I think about to say Michael Parsons. Go ahead.
No. I picked Michael. I picked Michael last year. I picked him last year. I ain't doing it this year.
Ooh,
I'm rolling with Aiden. I think Aiden takes another step. First year in the league, 9.5 sacks. Second year in the league, 11.5 sacks. In the playoffs, led everybody in the playoffs in the NFL in sacks with 3, tied for first. And so I think that confidence is there. I think he's worked on his game. It's a lot of talk coming out of the Lions camp about him right now, saying he looking crazy. He getting ready to take a step. This isn't like the numbers, this, that, and the third. This is just a hunch of I think he's ready to take that next step as a game-changing defensive end. He might see a lot of double teams. It just depends. But I just see him being that player that sneaks up on people. And I think they're going to need him too because I'm still not sold on the Lions secondary. Like, I'm still not sold on that secondary. So I think they're going to need him to step up and have a big-time year. I think he does. I think he steps up to has a big-time year. And, Joe, I wouldn't be shocked this year. Last year, it was a 2-sack jump. I wouldn't be shocked if he got up to 15, 16 sacks. Like, I know TJ is TJ, a dog. I wouldn't be stunned to see Aiden lead the league in sacks.
Ooh,
I would not be stunned. I also thought about Kyle Hamilton, but I'm rolling with Aiden because it's hard. Defensive player of the year is, bro. It's hard going to anybody outside of the defensive line in most cases. It's tough going to anybody outside. Like,
that's true.
The reason why I thought about Kyle is because he's a dog, and I think he's going to take another step this year too. I really do.
Turnovers too.
Exactly. So
he gets sacks. They be safety blitzing him.
He a playmaker, but kind of like what we said about the defensive rookie of the year. I'm taking a chance on Quinyon. I couldn't do it as well with defense player of the year. Like they gonna give the award to somebody on that defensive line, whether it be rookie of the year defensively or defense player of the year. So wild card might be my craziest prediction. I got Aiden sneaking up on Cats and winning defense player of the year this year.
I like that because they went and got Marcus Davenport. They also signed DJ Reader from the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good pickup too. So I can see that happening. I can see they got a good D line.
Yeah,
they in the trenches, offensive and defensively lines are good. I can see that. It's his third year, and like you said, he ended the playoffs good, leading in sacks. So I can see that. I'll push back.
Honorable mention, Jalen Carter. Honorable mention. They're gonna need him to be a dog. And full disclosure, my debate with defensive player of the year and defensive rookie of the year all day was like, is it Quinyon winning defensive rookie of the year and somebody else winning defensive player of the year? Or is it Jalen Carter winning defensive player of the year and somebody else? It's gonna be one of the two. But I'm gonna go with Quinyon winning rookie and Aiden coming up and winning defensive player of the year. But Jalen Carter, somebody else in that defensive line gonna have to make plays because he's gonna catch a lot of double teams, which is ultimately the reason why I didn't choose to pick him. Because it's like somebody else got to make plays on the defensive line so that he can see a little bit more one-on-one coverage. But I think he's gonna be a dog this year in his second year in the league. So I had to throw that out there.
I would say Michael Parsons because Michael Parsons is approaching his contract year. And Michael Parsons also said that he wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. He want to get paid more than all these receivers and everything. So, bro, we need you to go out there and perform. We need you to go out there and not fall off in the second half of the year. So if he just put a whole year together, he'll win it because he always start off on point. Lead like the leading candidate for defensive player of the year. The next thing you know, he goes like 4 games straight like in the sack. So I think Michael is a good wild card. Although, as you can see the W, I don't really mess with the Cowboys like that.
That's why I couldn't do it 2 years in a row, Joe. I couldn't. I didn't have it in me.
Maybe it worked. When you picked them, it didn't happen.
Right. But I couldn't come on camera and do that 2 years. It was hurt. It was hurting when I did it the first time. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I'm trying to be real. Nah. Give me Aiden this year. Give me Aiden.
Now this. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.